What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Powerhouse Mentality podcast, as well as week one of the Powerhouse Reset live series. So it is January 1st, 2025. And I know that a lot of people out there are really, really excited to start something new because it's almost like it's like a reset, right? That's exactly what I wanted to do with the Powerhouse Mentality reset that we're running. And if you don't know what the Powerhouse Mentality reset is, or the Powerhouse reset, it is a 30-day habit and mental toughness mindset shift focused on building a lifestyle. So it's 30 days. We're focused on daily habits, daily non-negotiables. There's a daily checklist or habit tracker that's involved, that's tagged in the group for you guys to use. And it's different from a challenge, because I think that so many people, they think when January 1st happens that they need to join some sort of a fitness or a health challenge, because that's what everybody else is doing. And they think that they need another challenge, when in all reality, they just need to shift their mindset. They need to stop all of these limiting beliefs that are holding them back from accomplishing what they truly are capable of accomplishing. And they need to focus on lifestyle change. Because the reality is, guys, how many of you have been there, and you can comment this down in the comments below, how many of you have told yourself that 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, that was your year, right? That was the year that you were going to get your shit together. You were going to build the business. You were going to get in shape. You were going to let go of all the bullshit from the past. But did you? Because not enough people can say that they actually did. There's a huge percentage of people who quit on their New Year's resolutions by January 12th. January 12th is known as Quitter's Day. It's because it is the day that most people quit, because it's been 12 days and holy shit, this is hard, and I'm not making progress as fast as I thought that I would, or as fast as I wanted to. So I guess, fuck it, all or nothing. I might as well not even try anymore. And it's so silly when you think of it that way, because when you think of it, like, if you're in a spot that you're not happy with, whether it be with your health or with your life overall, it didn't take you 12 days to get there. So why the hell would you think that it would take you 12 days to get out of it? Right? So this Powerhouse reset isn't a challenge. It isn't a hack. It isn't a diet. It isn't something that's unsustainable. It's something that is meant to help you build a new mindset, so that you can not be a new you, but become a better version of who you are. And on today's live, I want to kind of go over the foundation, which is all about week one. We're building your foundation. And with building the foundation, I want to really focus on emphasizing small, consistent actions that can create long-term momentum, which is what this is all about. And I also want to talk about identifying excuses, because this is going to be a big thing that's going to actually help a lot of you who have been down this road before, who constantly are in the cycle of starting a journey, stopping, starting, stopping, starting, stopping, and you've been trying to lose the last 10 to 20 pounds for years. But for some reason, you can't. You can't do it. And the first thing I want to talk about is why small wins matter. Because so many people, what they think that it's one big extraordinary thing that's going to make all the difference. When in all reality, it's the small things done for an extraordinary period of time. I say it all the time, and one day it'll be on a shirt, I swear to you. Small things done consistently over time compound to create massive change. It isn't one big thing, right? It's the everyday small things, small habits. It's drinking my water every day. It's hitting my protein goal every day. It's staying within my calories every day. It's doing my workouts, getting a good night's sleep, practicing stress management, recognizing wins. But also, it's important to note that your all or nothing mindset is probably what's holding you back, which is why we focus on progress, not perfection. Most people chase perfection, and when they don't hit perfection, they say, well, guess it's not for me. I suck. Let me just do what I was doing before. And that's where you stay stuck. Okay? So small wins matter because they help you compound over time. It's kind of like an investment, right? If you were to open up a savings account and you were to put $1 in your savings account every single day, $1 doesn't seem like a lot, right? Even as small as a penny. That number doesn't seem like a lot, but over time it builds, it compounds, and then all of a sudden you have $1 million in your savings account, or you have $10,000 in your savings account just because every single day you started to put away a little bit and it compounded and it applied interest over time. It's the same thing happens with your daily habits, but it can happen in a positive direction, but it can also happen in a negative direction because we're all consistent in something. The question is, are you consistent in the things that are taking you closer to the person that you want to become or the life that you want to build? So are you being consistent in the things that are helping you with your health, or are you going to McDonald's every day and that's what you're consistent with? Because if that's what you're consistent with, then it probably isn't going to be advantageous for you trying to lose 20 pounds, or you trying to gain more lean muscle, or you just trying to be a healthier, happier, more mentally tough version of yourself. So think of it like this. If you're drinking enough water every day, it seems super small, but that actually helps to fuel your energy and focus, and it creates this domino effect. So if I'm more hydrated, I'm going to have a better workout. I'm going to be more focused throughout my workday. I'm probably going to perform better in whatever I'm trying to be better at throughout my life. I'm going to have more focus, more energy to do more, to move more. These things add up. So I really want you guys to focus on this. Progress, not perfection. So if you miss a day, cool. The next day is what matters, right? It's not your last decision that defines you. It's your next decision that matters most. So throughout this journey, I know that there's going to be a time where you fuck up, where you mess up, where you fall flat on your face, or you have this hurdle that pops up. And I don't want you to think of that hurdle as the nail in the coffin. I want you to think of that as an opportunity for you to grow, because challenges, pain, struggle, hardship, that is the number one way to grow. It's kind of like if you apply pressure to a lump of coal, you get a diamond. Same damn thing. But one of the biggest things that we're focusing too on throughout this challenge, or I just use the word challenge even though it's not a challenge, during this reset, right? I almost have to coach myself because I've been in this industry for so long that I've been like fed the word challenge when I always hated that word because I thought that so many people were great at doing a challenge, but they sucked at keeping the results. They're great at losing the weight, but they suck at keeping it off. And I want to change that. Right? Because we're going to change this. We're going to change the mindset. We're going to change the way that you talk to yourself and the way that you think about this lifestyle. Okay? So we're going to be building a routine that actually sticks. So if you are in the Powerhouse Reset, then you received an email last night, as well as I posted all of the tools that you have in the Powerhouse Mentality Facebook group under the Powerhouse Reset tab. So that way you can find it super easily. And that is the daily routine guide. So this daily routine guide is just a template. It's not something that you necessarily need to follow because everybody has different lifestyles. Everybody has different routines. Everybody has different responsibilities and different schedules. But it's a very simple template for you to execute on. And if you have absolutely no idea where to start, it is the perfect place to start building off of. So many people are so obsessed with morning routines, and I get it. Morning routines are cool because hey, if I can start my day off on the right foot, then it's going to help to set momentum for the rest of the day, and I'm going to have a successful rest of my day. I know that for myself specifically, if I start off the day with my little routine, right, which is I get outside, I get some movement in, I get some sunlight, I jump in the cold plunge, and then I have electrolytes, then I have a high protein breakfast with coffee. Right? If I do those things, I just feel better mentally going into my day. I also feel better physically, right? But the problem with morning routines that I found is two things. One, somebody's morning routine takes so fucking long that it holds them back from actually doing work. So if somebody's an entrepreneur and they have a mentor or a coach who's told them you need to have this super elaborate morning routine, because I've been in that position where I've had a mentor who's you have to have this super elaborate morning routine. And I did it for a while and I realized this morning routine is taking me 2 hours and I could be just working during those 2 hours and getting shit done during those 2 hours rather than doing such random stuff that doesn't feel good for me, right? Because a morning routine or a routine in general that works for me or that works for you might not work for the opposite, right? What you do might not work for me, and what I do might not work for you. So it's important for you to find something that sticks for you, right? Something that makes you feel good, not just in the morning, but also throughout the day. Because the second problem that I see with morning routines is that people can't function if they don't do their morning routine. So if they wake up a little bit late and they don't have the time to do their morning routine, they fall apart and the rest of the day goes to shit. Or even better, they do their morning routine and that's all they know what to do. And then the rest of the day is like a complete shit show. So it's important to create like momentum in the morning, right? But it's also important to keep the momentum throughout the day, which is why I want to focus on daily routines, not just morning routines, okay? So it's talking about, this guide is all about anchoring new habits to existing ones. So like if you already have the habit of drinking coffee in the morning or drinking an energy drink in the morning, I want you to couple that with having water before caffeine. That's one of my biggest rules I have for my clients. Water before caffeine. I do it myself, right? I said I have electrolytes before I have my caffeine. And I physically feel so much better doing it that way because the amount of times that I would go into my coffee and be dehydrated and then I have coffee and it doesn't really help with hydrating you. I don't care what you say. I'm a huge coffee fan. I'm a huge energy drink fan. I'm a huge caffeine fan. But just because it was water before it hit the beans don't mean that it's hydrating you. But it's also about keeping habits small and achievable, right? So if you have this 5-minute, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to get some sunlight and I'm going to do a walk around the block for 5 minutes, it's way more achievable than to be like, I'm going to do an hour-long cardio session in the morning. So you have to do something that's sustainable for you, that helps you feel good, and that brings you closer to your goals. So this guide is a template, but it's also meant to help you create momentum so that you can do these things and then grow upon it. All right. And that is also why it is so important for you guys to utilize the daily habit tracker, because not only are you going to be able to utilize that and top participants are going to get prizes at the end of this Powerhouse Reset, because I know people love prizes. So maybe you'll win a Make America Mentally Tough Again hat, which, guys, if you don't already have one of these hats, they're amazing. And I love walking around with them and having people look at me and be like, fuck yeah, or fuck you. You know, it just, I love it. But having the habit tracker is going to help you stay consistent. And it's going to help you recognize that, like, hey, even though I missed a day, I still saw amazing results. And the goal with that is to help knock you out of self-sabotaging yourself and to help knock you out of that all or nothing mentality, which is exactly what we're going to talk about next. Because the biggest thing that I want to teach you guys today, and this is the one thing, if you walk away with nothing, I want you to walk away with this. I want to teach you how to identify your excuses and overcome self-sabotage. All right, so if you go back and you listen to the Powerhouse Mentality podcast, the last episode that I did before the holidays was with one of my good friends, Jared Hamilton, and he spoke all about overcoming self-sabotage. So if you're somebody who you know, that's me, I always self-sabotage, listen to what I'm going to say now, but also I'll put the link down below for you guys to listen to that episode with Jared because it's going to be incredibly impactful for you. But the number one thing here is we have to recognize your common excuses, okay? Everybody's going to have different reasons as to why they fall off the wagon, right? First of all, there's no wagon. You're not falling off. Get that shit out of your head, right? Because that's the reason why you keep not accomplishing your goals, because you think that one bad thing happens and that's it. I'm off the wagon. I'll get back on it eventually. No, you can just be consistent. You don't have to be perfect, okay? So some common excuses that a lot of people run into that cause them to pause on their health or put their health on the back burner. I don't have enough time. I'll wait until Monday to start. The kids have too much going on at school. I have too much going on at work. There's too much shit going on. I'm overwhelmed. I don't have enough money. Whatever it is, usually it's a lack of a resource or fear that causes you to fall off track. Now, what I want you to do right now, and you could write this down if you're listening, or you can just kind of pinpoint it in your mind. I want you to really think about throughout your entire life, every single time that you've tried to accomplish a goal, and we'll focus on fitness, right? Every single time that you've tried to make this your year, start a New Year's resolution, start at the gym, start with your nutrition. What is the thing or things that cause you to fall off? What are the things that cause that journey to stop? Because there's always going to be something. Was it, well, something crazy happened at work and then I just ran out of time or I wasn't focused? What is the thing or things that always happen? Because guess what? They're going to happen. You hoping and wishing that this time is going to be different isn't going to do anything about it. What is going to do something about it is you making this time different by identifying your excuses and having a plan for when those things pop up. It's like with anything, right? I say it with meal prep all the time. Prepare or fail to prepare, prepare to fail. So it's the same thing here. Fail to prepare, to fight against your excuses, prepare to fail. Those excuses are going to come up, you're not going to know what to do, and you're going to go right back to what's comfortable. We need to break through that comfort zone because what's comfortable is the habit of being you. And what's the habit of being you? Right now, it's not serving you. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. But we have to break the habit of being yourself. And the only way for us to do that is to identify the excuses, recognize them, be aware of them, and then figure out when this happens, what do? I will do this. And that is how I will overcome it. And it's going to feel really painful and really uncomfortable to break through that. But once you break through that, you're going to feel unstoppable. And that is when you're truly going to start seeing the results. A lot of people self-sabotage when they see results because it goes against what their mind is used to seeing. You tell yourself you're not enough. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve to be healthy because someone or something in your past made you feel that way. And now every time you get a result, you say, no, this isn't what I'm used to. And your mind goes back to what's comfortable and it fights you. You have to fight back because you're in control of your mind. You're in control. And that's something you have to constantly remind yourself. The story you tell yourself, the way that you talk to yourself matters. So you have to identify these patterns that lead to your self-sabotage. Or you have to know what is that one thing or things that cause you to fall off. Like, is it skipping one day, then completely giving up entirely? Is that what it is? Because for a lot of people, that is what it is. So you have to let go of that all or nothing mentality. So you need to be ready for those excuses or for those moments so we know exactly what to do when they pop up. So some things that you could do, right, is if you find that I don't have enough time or I run out of time, that's the thing that holds me back, then time block your workouts. Schedule them like meetings, right? Meal prep. Set alarms for your hydration reminders. There's a ton of people who forget to drink water. If you are somebody who completely forgets to drink water, set alarms on your phone to remind you to drink 16 ounces of water, 20 ounces of water, whatever it is. Have an accountability partner, right? That's another thing that you can do that can help you overcome these moments of self-sabotage. Because generally, if you have somebody else on the outside telling you what's up, you're going to be able to overcome that because we feed ourselves bullshit and our emotions get in the way of us accomplishing our goals. I know from my personal experience, but I also know because I've been coaching people for over a decade and I see it happen. And when somebody has a coach versus them doing it on their own, they generally see way better results when they have a coach, because they aren't emotionally attached. The coach is able to give an objective perspective and help them overcome these moments of self-sabotage. That's why I have a coach. And that's why I've had a coach for over 10 years, different coaches. But I've had this coach for over 2.5 years because I know that he's going to hold me to my goals. And when I fall off or when I have moments of weakness, he's going to help hold me accountable to get over my self-sabotage and continue to grow. And that's exactly why you can have an accountability partner, you can have a coach, and you can be able to overcome your own bullshit. So, what I want you guys to do, this is a call to action, a little bit of homework, is I want you to write down one excuse that you'll commit to overcoming over the next week. The first week of January. What do you feel like is going to be something that comes up and tries to derail you? I want you to write down that excuse and I want you to commit to overcoming it. And I want you to write down how you will overcome it. And if you need help with that, post it in this community. Shoot me a DM. That's what the Powerhouse community is here for. We're here to help you through your struggles. We're here to help celebrate your wins. We're here to push you to be better. Okay? Now, I want to open up the floor for any questions that anybody might have. So I'm going to pull it up on my computer because I cannot read comments. So if you guys are commenting, I'm so sorry. I can't read anything that you're commenting, but I will identify, or I will address one question that I saw was put in the group earlier by Sarah Schwally, and that was, does flavored water, electrolytes, etc. count towards your water goal? And I will say yes, absolutely. The only thing that would not count is like a protein shake, because it's a protein shake and that's like a macro, right? That counts towards your protein goal. But if you're drinking, like if you have first form greens and reds and you're drinking those and you're putting that in like 16 ounces of water, that 16 ounces of water absolutely counts because it is water. If you're having electrolytes in the morning, absolutely counts because it is water. It's hydrating you. So keep that in mind, that anything that has water other than like a protein shake or other than coffee or Diet Coke, those things do not count. Everything else does count though. So that was a great question, Sarah. And the last thing that I did want to offer you guys, right? Because we spoke about accountability partners. We spoke about the importance of having a coach. All right. So if you're feeling inspired by wanting more accountability and having somebody to guide you through this, I want to offer anybody who's doing the Powerhouse Reset a little bit of a discount on coaching. Okay. And here's what that's going to look like. If you're already a client, I'm sorry, there is no discount for you, but I love you. All right. And some of the benefits of the Powerhouse Coaching. And if you are a Powerhouse client, a client of mine, you can go ahead, comment in the comments down below why you love working with me, why I love working with you guys. Basically what you get is you get a customized fitness and nutrition plan, all for you based on your goals, your equipment, time, duration, whatever you need, I'm there. All right. We get one-on-one support to tackle excuses and to build discipline, bi-weekly phone calls, and then tools to help you achieve results beyond the 30-day reset. Now, the special offer is for reset participants only, not current clients. And I'm offering an exclusive coaching discount. You will receive $50 off of your first month of coaching. Now, if you're interested in this, all that you have to do is send me a DM on Instagram or on Facebook. So just send me a DM, say that you were on the live and you're interested in the exclusive offer for coaching. And if you take advantage of this, it's definitely going to help you not just over the next 30 days, but beyond. Because like I said, most of us get in our own way. And when we have somebody out there looking over us and pushing us in the right direction and helping us overcome our own bullshit, it definitely helps. So what I want to reiterate before we go, the importance of showing up daily, trusting the process, focusing on your non-negotiables every single day. And I want to encourage you guys to use the group for accountability and support. Post every day. Post when you're on your workout, some meals, recipes. Post whatever the fuck you want. If you're having a bad day, post about it. I want to hear about it. We want to help you through it. And the last thing, guys, small things done consistently over time compound to create massive change. So focus on no problems, only solutions. Seek intentional discomfort and keep the commitments that you make to yourself day in and day out. Crush week 1 and let's get after it. And go out today and do one thing that's going to take you one step closer to where you want to be.